Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Awaken Karos Hera video. Guys, if you want to have access to all the best content for Awaken Karos Hera on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check the bell so you get notified every time we post something new about the game. So guys, today it is going to be somewhat a beginner guide for new players and also for people who want to build great diversity of a roster. We're going to be talking about elite character in this game. The characters with the blue portrait, those are the elite characters. I'm going to be talking about the 5 best characters in my personal opinion that are available through the elite rank. If you have characters I forgot to mention or characters you think that do not belong in this list, please let me know in the comment section, guys. As always, I listen to your feedback. This video is made very early into the game, guys, during the soft launch. The game's been out for like 4 days, so obviously maybe 5 days, so obviously this list is going to be changing over time, but for now, as a new player, this is really what I believe is the top 5 elite characters in the game. They're not going to be ranked by the best to the worst, just 5 characters that are definitely worth building if you need characters, for certain game modes, obviously, because yes, obviously going to be building your main team, but for other game modes you need to have a class advantage and stuff like that. So you're going to need way more than just 4 characters to perform into the game. So let's jump in the index and let's take a look at the characters we're going to be talking about. In the first faction, the Holy Light Empire, we're actually going to have 2 characters in this list. The first character is going to be Connor. Connor is probably going to be the best one of the best healer in the game. His kit is amazing and the healing he brings is outstanding. His healing is actually based on attack, which is crazy, but he also does shield and he has one of the strongest AoE heal in the game, which is pretty crazy. If you look at his passive ability here, his attack is increased by 20% if he's ascended properly. And also the advantage of building elite characters, guys, before I forget to mention that, is that they are very easy to ascend, which gives you a very a higher power early on in the game, having a fully ascended elite unit compared to a non-ascended epic or legendary unit. So they are very usable early on in the game, that is for sure. You can build a full elite team just to clear content, dungeon content, the max level, if you build them properly to do so, which is actually pretty awesome. So if we keep going here, so this is his passive. Now his basic attack is not outstanding, but his basic attack still have 30% chance to apply defense down, which decrease defense of the opponent by 30%, which is awesome. His second skills is a shield attack, so grant a team-wide shield and attack with strength that increase based on this character attack for 2 turns. So the more attack you have on this character, attack percentage on gear and shit like that, and attack set, the more the higher this shield will be, the bigger this shield is going to be, which is pretty outstanding. And also this shield, when you use this shield, it will apply 30% increased attack on everybody unless they have buff immunity, which is outstanding. And then you have his healing ability, heals all team members, healing skill with this character attack. The more attack you have, the more it heals. And technically, when you have the skills max out, you have a great amount of attack, at 6 stars, level 60, fully ascended, and a decent set of attack gear. You're gonna be able to fully heal everybody, and then they are at 1% HP, which is outstanding. One of the best healer in the game, in my opinion. Obviously, he's missing a rest, so some people will have, a better kit than him in some situation, but he has a crazy kit for elite characters. He is very good, guys. So that is for the first characters. The second characters on this list is one I'm not fully sure yet if she is worth being on the top 5, but from the tutorial I've been really impressed with the performances of Celine compared to how she was performing during the CBT. There's a huge difference. Her AoE actually hit like a truck now, which is a huge difference, I think. Also, she's going to be a very great AoE starting characters. You know, you pair her with Zachary, for example. We're going to cover Zachary, obviously, in this video, guys. And that is a lot of AoE, and they both have, you know, a class elemented advantage on somebody, which is crazy. So if we take a quick look at the skills we have on her, you can see bubbles here, redirect some damage from the target to this character's the shield, which is great. So grant shield for 1 turn at the end of the turn. Ability mate trigger once per 2 turns. So every 2 turns it trigger. When it's not ascended, and once it's ascended, it trigger every single turn, which is pretty awesome. The first skill after that, you have water orb, deal 80% damage to an enemy and grant attack up to this characters for 1 turn. So 30% increase all attack, increase attack on yourself for 1 turn, which is pretty awesome. And then you have the second skill, Aqua Smash, deal 120% damage to an enemy. Well, it goes up with you level up the skill, obviously, and an attack bounce between enemies 2 times, which gives you some AoE damage, which is crazy, and decrease the damage which each bounce. Obviously, this attack has a 30% chance to apply frozen to the target for 1 turn. Frozen means they cannot move, they cannot do anything until the frozen is removed, either from getting attack or you know, for passing a turn. So frozen target unable to act and take 50% more damage from all sources. Attack on the target at 50% chance to remove this effect, which is pretty outstanding ability, by the way, guys. And then you have the last skill, which is our biggest skill in my opinion. Here, deal 120% damage to all enemies, and damage scale with the number of enemies. The least amount of enemies you have, the more damage you will do. The more amount of enemies you have, the less damage you'll do. And this is actually a very solid AoE. So far from what I've seen, I do plan to build her up to test her, or to test her a little bit more, but she is early on in the game, she definitely does what you need to do her. So that was the second characters we were looking at today. The third characters, we're going to skip a couple faction. Here we go, we are in the Lazir. The next characters we're going to taking a look at is Anna. Anna damage is not outstanding. Her damage is actually pretty disappointing most of the time, but she has a very specific kit that is very intriguing, that can actually be very useful in some situations. So first, we're going to take a look at the passive. If you send the passive, see attack deal bonus damage equal to 10% of this character's max health. So the more HP you have on this characters, the more damage she's going to be doing, which is actually pretty outstanding. End game is, you know, when you're going to start having a shit ton of HP, that is actually going to make a huge difference on the damage she can actually do. The first skills she has, deal damage to an enemy with a 20% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. When you apply stun, the target is unable to act for 1 turn, which is very useful. Like I said, the kit is very useful. Then you have the second skill. Second skill is probably the best skill she has on her kit, and this is a very useful skill. See, deal 100% damage to an enemy and apply speed down and attack down for 2 turns, and this is 100% chance to apply that speed down and attack down. So this is very outstanding. It's only single target, sadly. I wish there was more AoE to it, but it is single target. But still, when you're facing a boss or something like that, reducing the speed, reducing the attack can be a life changer. So this is a very useful kit. Maybe not the best damage early game, but definitely a very useful kit. And then you have the third skill here, deal a percent damage to an enemy with a 75% chance to apply taunt for 2 turns. Grant this character's invincible for 1 turn. Taunt means immune to control effect and automatically use a basic ability to attack the caster. So basically, Anna will get attacked by a single target attack, which means the fact that she applied invincibility on herself too, which means that the first turn she will not be taking damage. So this is a wasted attack on from the other team, which is going to be pretty outstanding, guys. So I really love this kit. This is a very useful kit, maybe not the strongest kit early game, but very useful in some situation. The next characters we're going to be taking a look at is in a different faction. Let's move a little bit here. Nope, not here, not here. I think this is here. Yes, it is in the faction, the Free City. Character number 4 we're going to be taking a look at, and it is Zachary. Zachary is probably the first elite characters you shall be building up, because he is probably the best DPS character in the elite rank. He is outstanding. If you take a look at his kit here, ascended up and defending an enemy, launch a bonus attack that deal 80% damage to all enemies. So every time you kill a target, you do an extra attack that do 80% AoE damage, which is outstanding. So if you kill a target on when you attack the first time, you do that, you kill another target, so you keep going till you don't kill a target, pretty much. So you can actually kill everybody on the field if you have a very good attack, which is actually pretty outstanding. Then you have the basic attack here. The basic attack does not do that much damage, but after you use it, it grants attack up to these characters for 1 turn, so 30% increase all attack. Well, increase attack for the next ability you're going to be using, which is actually pretty outstanding. Then you have the second skill, Chaos Punch here. Deal percentage damage to an enemy plus 50% bonus damage if the target had less than 50 HP. 50 max health remaining, which is very solid, especially when you're fighting a boss, a long fight that the boss finally gets under 50%. That means you're going to be doing a shit ton more damage with this ability, which is outstanding. And then you have the last skill. This is probably one of the best skilled DPS skill across all the elite characters. Deal percentage damage to all enemies. The fewer the enemies, the more damage this attack deal. It's AoE abilities, and usually you will, most of the time, when you fight a pack, you will kill the target with this one, and it will trigger your passive a lot. This guy is outstanding. This guy damages crazy. He is probably the best elite character in the game with Connor, so it's definitely a character you should be focusing on early game. And the last characters we're going to talk about, guys, it is in the Free City faction too, and it is Joseph. Not because he is a crazy good characters, no, but because his kit is one of the best support kit in the game. So it's definitely worth building for PvP. He's probably the best elite characters for PvP because of the buffs he brings. So let's take a quick look at that. First is ascended passive threat. Give him 20% increased speed, which is very useful in PvP. You want to have as much speed as possible to gain an advantage. His basic attack here, a chance to deal a percentage damage to an enemy and grant speed up to an ally with the highest attack for 1 turn. So your ally with the highest attack is going to get 30 speed, which is going to be very useful. Then the second skills, remove all negative effect from the target, and if successful, grant the target a bonus turn. So if you use that skill, remove debuff on the target, that target receive a bonus turn, which is actually, it's a crazy ability. The kit, like I said, this guy does not do a lot of damage, but the kit he brings is just freaking crazy, freaking awesome. And then you have the third skill, which is even better than the other skills in my opinion. Apply attack up and defense up to all team members for 3 turns. So you get 30% attack and 30% defense on everybody on the field for 3 turns. This is actually an outstanding ability. So the whole kit for Joseph is a very useful kit, guys, and it's definitely a character that is worth building. I know that I'm building him for my PvP team for now until I get a better speedster for my PvP team, and definitely in some situation he is going to be very useful, like when we fight the fire element guild boss. Definitely gonna be part of my water team to actually be able to do as much damage as possible on that team. And those are the 5 elite characters in the game that I think that people should be building, actually picking like 2 or 3 in them with elite, epic, or legendary characters that you already have to build a very solid team. I think that is a very good way to do. Again, the big advantage of elite characters early on in the game, guys, is that you can ascend them very, very, very early, which gives you a huge advantage. Personally, in my roster right now, I am running with two of them. I am running with Zachary here, who is already 6 stars, fully ascended, and Connor. I still need one more duplicate before I get him to 6 stars, and they are both outstanding. Even if I have other legendary, you can see here. See, I have 3 more legendary. I have a bunch of epic, and I am not using them yet because I cannot ascend them yet, and they are not worth using at that point compared to those 2 characters. So guys, this was kind of the beginner guide for elite characters. Obviously, with time, with testing, and trying different builds, we're gonna find out what each elite characters can actually do in the game. I'm going to be doing more videos about them, obviously, and also going to be doing character spotlight on all of them to teach you guys how to build each of them perfectly. But that is for future, guys. The game just released, so we're trying to progress as much as possible before we start making that kind of content. But anyway, guys, if you have any content you want to see on the channel, please let me know in the comment section. I'm always happy to produce content that you guys want to watch. But on that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my amazing community. You all keep enjoying playing Awaken Chaos Era, and we'll see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.